Hello, everyone, and welcome to My Thoughts Exactly. I'm your host, Charles Baran. I have a question for you. Have you ever wanted to see something in person so badly that you made a pilgrimage to see it? Like the Mona Lisa, or the Sistine Chapel, or even a Madonna concert? People have even been known to travel to the Scottish Highlands to search for the Loch Ness Monster, or travel through the dark forests of North America to look for the mysterious Bigfoot. John LaRoche, a native Floridian and the protagonist in Susan Orlean's 1998 bestseller, The Orchid Thief, became obsessed with finding the ghost orchid, which only grows in three spots on this planet: a small area in Cuba, an even smaller area in the Bahamas, and in the Fakahatchee Strand near Naples, Florida. The book, if you haven't read it, is an adventure story that also teaches you a tremendous amount about orchids: how they grow, where they're from, and how they've survived thousands, if not millions of years. As you can see, I've become quite an orchid lover myself, and 4 out of my 7 orchids are already in various stages of reblooms. Orchids grow here in Florida like dandelions grow in Central Park. Mexican artist Javier Barrios also became enamored with the ghost orchid, and last year, at the height of the pandemic, he went on a journey through the Fakahatchee Strand to see a ghost orchid with his own eyes. He never did. And his journey became more about how we deal with disappointments and loss and expectations than it did with finding his elusive holy grail. Now, Kirk and I are not going deep into the murky and shadowy and exotic Fakahatchee, but we did take a ride to the Art and Culture Center in Hollywood, Florida to check out Javier's exhibit. So let me finish my coffee and let's go. The building that houses the museum was built in the 1920s, and it was home to the Kagi family. Then, in the 1960s, the building became a funeral home. In January of 1990, the property was purchased by the city of Hollywood, and it became the Arts and Cultural Center. I am standing in the original library of the Kagi household. And as you can see, the museum has a very large lending library. All of the books are labeled, and they have a card catalog with the Dewey Decimal System. Now, this beautiful white orchid right in front of me reminds me that we're here to check out Javier Barrios' exhibit, Cloning the Ghost, looking for the elusive ghost orchid in the Fakahatchee Strand in Florida. So let's get going. The work of Javier Barrios at first appears seemingly decorative. Flowers and landscapes are made in intricate detail, but beyond the surface they carry social and political undertones in their fictitious narratives. His drawings, sculptures, and installations are heavily research-based, incorporating geography, vegetation, and storytelling. This exhibition speaks to the relationships between human beings and nature, artist and work, as it stems from the artist's 3-year obsession with orchids. As Barrios himself steps into the deep swamp day after day, he examines his own expectations in his work, realizing the parallels between desire and disappointment, plans that can go wrong, and the apparent necessity of human beings to search for incredible things, even if it means risking one's life. The second exhibition at the museum is this really cool exhibition called Fractured Landscapes, featuring the work of two artists, Cara Despan and Emmanuel Tovar. Both artists strive to articulate the fragile beauty of their natural environments. Using both natural and recycled materials, Tovar illustrates the fragile state of art, politics, and social structures, addressing the conflicts and vulnerabilities of the human condition. For this exhibition, Tovar created a site-specific installation using over 1,000 pounds of coal that will be activated by a live performance. Cara Despan identifies the problematics of land use, territories, and ownership, and climate change in order to visualize the current age. Well, that concludes our visit to the Art and Cultural Center in Hollywood, Florida, located at 1650 Harrison Street. And although Javier Barrios never did find the elusive ghost orchid in the Fakahatchee Strand, we found some pretty amazing gems here at the museum. So check it out when you're downtown Hollywood, Florida. Last night at the museum, there was a workshop on how to make a paper orchid. Javier Barrios designed a very nice template that's very simple and easy to use that serves as a guide on how to make a paper orchid. Now, I followed his instructions, and using white cardstock, I made this white paper orchid, which I'll put right there. And then I got a little bit more creative, and I took out some very colorful paper that Kirk and I had purchased a few months ago back at Michael's, the arts and crafts store, and I made a much more colorful and exotic paper orchid, which I will put right about over here. Now, if you would like me to send you Javier's, oh, there we go. Well, there we go. Now, if you would like me to send you Javier's template for making these paper orchids, I will be glad to do so. If you send me a DM in Messenger or on Instagram, and I'll get this right to you. Just include your email address, and I'll email it out to you. Now, another thing I want to tell you. There's a rumor for all you South Florida people that down at the botanical gardens in your homestead, there is a ghost orchid that has 3 blooms on it. Now, I cannot confirm or deny this rumor. And like the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot and Cher's farewell concert, it may or may not exist. But hey, that's up to you. Thanks for watching the show, everyone. It was great to have you on My Thoughts Exactly. See you next week. And if you like the show, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and you'll never miss an episode. Bye-bye.